Great to see everyone. Thanks for coming this afternoon. We know there's lots of options for you to go out and hear about, explore, so it's great to see all your faces here. And it's not just me here. As you see, I have 8 friends from the Czech Republic. I'm not from the Czech Republic, but we'll meet them in a second. And so we're here to share about some stories of how God's working in the Czech Republic and give you some encouragement for your life, wherever you are from, to share your faith and to not be afraid to do so. So I'll first tell you a little bit about me, maybe 3 things. Is my name, Benjamin Helge. Great. My mom is here too. If someone is clapping or taking a lot of pictures, it's probably her. So we're from Albuquerque, New Mexico. Surprise. Right, so here's just a picture of my family. New Mexico, I love it there, even though I don't live there right now, but gorgeous. And then something I like to do, I love to travel. So I've been blessed to experience and see a lot of the world, even with someone in the back there, Mattia. We went around the world together, so it was fantastic. It's good to see her too. And the last thing, I like to cook. So here's us. It's in the school cafeteria in one of the schools where I teach in the Czech Republic. We're making some traditional dumplings for lunch for like a few hundred students. So no big deal. We just got there at 7 and worked the whole morning. So enough about me, but one thing we wanted to help you, teach you, share with you is how to say hello and introduce yourself in Czech. So here's Tomáš, and he's going to help us out. So we'll listen to him and follow him.
Okay, hey guys, I don't know how close should it be. Is it okay now? Yeah. All right, so we'll say hello and my name is, yeah? So say after me, ahoy. Ahoy. Once again, ahoy. Ahoy. Amazing, you are great. What about this? Jmenuji se. Once again, jmenuji se. Okay, now you'll say jmenuji se, and you'll say your name, yeah? In the crowd. Jmenuji se Tomáš, and now it's your turn. Do it. Wow, that was great. Okay, you can speak fluently Czech. Thank you.
You can just keep it. So, now you know how to introduce yourself in Czech. We're going to let each person just say 30 seconds about themselves, so you get a glimpse of who they are, and then we'll have some pictures going while they're talking. So, first person who's going to talk is Annette. So,
hi, everyone. I'm Annette. I'm 18 years old. I'm a student in Polish high school in Český Těšín. I'm from Havířov from Czech Republic. I like spend time with my friends and watch movies and play game. This is my class, and this is my brother. And I am a member of a leader team in my church.
Okay, thanks, Annette. Yeah, you can clap if you want. All right, next we have Honza.
Hey everybody, I'm Honza Palat. I'm here with my wife. We just married on 4th June this year, so we are here together. We are like leading of our youth group, and I'm working already, so I have done my studies. So I like to spend time with my friends, especially with our member of our youth group, and we call it Dorost and Mladež. So you will see. Oh, yeah, I like to riding horse, so.
Okay, great. Next is Jana.
Hi, my name is Jana. I'm 20 years old and I live in Albrechtice, Czech Republic. I started studying English and special education at university. I'm one of the leaders of our mission club, and I like music, watching TV series, spending time with my friends. Yeah.
Okay. All right, as you can hear, everyone has an accent, yes, right? So I hope we understand everything. Is it all right? Yes, perfect. I know, I told them they have great English. Yes, it's also why I invited them to come with us, because they can actually communicate and understand, right? So we're going to keep going. Next is Mirek.
Hey guys, great to see you here. My name is Mirek, I'm 19 years old. As you can see, I like fishing, it's my hobby. Another one is mushrooming, I'll talk about it later. Also, another fishing, yeah, you can see this. Oh, I love traveling, it's from France from last November. Yeah, also love coffee, riding skateboard. I've grown my hair long. I love my sister also, yeah. And I'm also a leader of a Christian group in the town we live in. And I really enjoy working with young people and doing the work in a church like this. That's all.
All right, next is Monica.
So, hey everyone, I'm Monica, I'm 16 years old, and I just finished first year in high school. In my free time, I love spending time with people, meeting new people, and like having a good conversation with them. I love singing, listening to music, and I love animals. This is my class. And like, as you can see on almost every photo, there's a group, because I love people, and I'm really thankful that I can be here with you all right now.
Okay, next is the wife, Terka.
Yeah, hi. So I'm Terka. Maybe Honza said everything what I supposed to say, but whatever. So, yeah, we got married last month, and I'm 25 years old, so I'm the second oldest person in this group, which I don't look like, but yeah, I am. I'm already working as well, hardworking, maybe 2 years, and I'm also one of the leaders in youth group, and this time is my second time in USA. I was here maybe 1.5 months ago in Missouri, and I visited in the International Center of Missouri Synod, so it was quite cool. So I'm really glad that I'm here. It was my dream to come to US, so God gave me this opportunity, and I'm looking forward to it.
I think, Terka, did you meet our head honcho, President Matthew Harrison?
Yeah, actually,
Yeah,
I met him, and I met him also today. He was just in somewhere, so I said hi to him, and yeah, we got a little bit talk. So.
She knows the right people, yeah. All right, next is Tom.
So hi, my name is Tom. I'm 15 years old. Yeah, that's me. I like playing guitar, so a lot. I like music. I'm leader of NFL. Everyone is leader, but me not. I'm just leader of myself. I'm glad that I can be here. That's my dream to come America. And here is so cool people I like, spend time with people. So yeah, I like taking pictures and videos and making everything like this.
And maybe Tom says he's not a leader, but as you could see, he plays many musical instruments, and I would say he's a leader, at least of music, for the church, playing in, I don't know, 3, 4 different churches a lot, yeah? Oh yeah, he's humble, okay. All right, and next we have Tomáš.
Hi guys, so you know my voice already. I'm a pretty cool guy like you all are here. That's me in the middle, just a kid. I like geocaching. Who likes geocaching? I hope everyone, it's like other treasure hunt. This is Christmas present. I like baseball, I love it. I don't play it because it's not a big thing in Czech Republic, but I watch it. Boston rocks, yeah. I like board games. Board games are amazing, even though Pokemon Go is a big thing now, board games. And this is my dog, he's cool, she's cool. It's she. I like hiking, that's it, yeah. Have fun.
So you've met everyone now, and as you might have heard, everyone is a leader of some kind in some way. And one interesting thing, or one thing to note, is within the church, the pastor is pretty much the only one that is paid. So everyone else working in the church is volunteer. So there is no such thing as a DCE, right? It's just a volunteer. Terka and Honza are, in a way, DCEs, right? But they don't get paid for it. With Mission Club, okay, Mirek and Jana are in charge of this. They're also just volunteers, so the whole church functions on volunteers. So it's a bit different than here. So just one thing to keep in mind as we're talking and sharing stories, but we wanted you to be a little familiar with the Czech Republic, what it's like. Maybe you don't know anything about it. Maybe you know something. Anyone been to the Czech Republic before? Oh, fantastic. Okay, great. Anyone been to anywhere else besides Prague in the Czech Republic? Oh, great. Okay. Yeah, us. Okay. So we're just going to share a little information about it. So some geography, interesting things. So Mirek and Tomáš are both going to help us out. I'll try to match their speaking with our slides. So here we go. It's a little geography for you, just so you know.
Okay, so here we have some info about Czech Republic. It's a landlocked country in Central Europe, so be careful, it's not Eastern Europe, it's Central Europe. And it's like surrounded by Germany, Poland, Slovakia, and what is it? Austria, yeah. And, yeah, so we're not Czechoslovakia because we split in 1993. So it's Czech Republic now and Slovakia, two different states. Our country is divided into 13 regions. The bigger parts are called Bohemia, Moravia, and Silesia. We are from Silesia, it's on the east. And our capital city is Prague, and other bigger cities are Brno in Moravia and Ostrava in Silesia. This was Prague, our capital city. This is Brno, and then we have Ostrava on the third picture. Oh yeah, and then what we have here. Okay. We don't really have any suburbs in our country. It's mostly like we have the town and like buildings and everything, and then it's just like right away like countryside. So it's kind of crazy. We have also a lot of rivers in Czech Republic because our country is shaped like a ball because of mountain ranges all around the borders. This is Vltava river in Prague, in our capital city. This is Morava river flowing through Moravia. So yeah, we have a really beautiful countryside. I'll talk about it also later. And we also like Czech Republic is really like everything stands on industry. So we have a lot of industry cities. This is Ostrava, for example. It's like 30 minutes from the place we live, and this is like Třinec, where they make steel and things like that. So it's pretty you know, areas like there's air pollution and everything, but it's getting better in these days. But this is pretty how it looks like where we live.
And maybe you thought you couldn't breathe in New Orleans because of the humidity. So just imagine breathing in Ostrava. Yeah, it's not too bad though.
Okay, and now something about food, because I'm pretty sure you love food. Everyone does, right? So you can already see what's there. Hey, and one warning: if you find something gross, just say it, whatever. This is babovka. It's like we would eat it for breakfast. It's something like your bagel, but it's better. No? No, I'm just kidding,
like
just kidding. It's sugary. This is really famous thing. It's koláče. You don't know it probably, but it's maybe like cake with some filling, like, whatever.
Imagine a Danish breakfast pastry with the cream cheese filling. Something like that. Closest thing. Okay.
Yeah, exactly. And this is similar thing. It's called buchty. Again, it's like some dough with filling. We eat these things, yeah. Sugar. And there is one story to this. It's from a city called Stramberg. There was a legend that when there was a fight, some war, and people would cut ears of enemies, and for how many ears you have collected, you were rewarded. So these are kind of the ears, and according to the tradition, they bake them, and they taste like, yeah, how do they taste like? How is the, hřebíček? No. Tell me, help me out. Cinnamon, thank you. Yeah, they taste like cinnamon. Let's do it. Next one. You probably know this. This is schnitzel. Do they know it? America? Yeah. Schnitzel, yeah. We would eat it with potatoes and everything green so it looks fancy, or with just the bread because we have low budget sometimes. But when we would go to our trip somewhere, hiking or stuff, we would do this. It's roll. It's like breadish bread with some salami, cheese, whatever. Yeah, again, low budget food for hiking. And this is my favorite, I love it. If it's gross, sorry. But this is dumplings with smoked meat and cabbage on it. Oh. When Ben did it, I was in paradise. You should taste this. Okay, this might be gross. This is called vepřok knedlo zelo. It's pork with cabbage again and with dumplings. Yeah, we tend to do dumplings with sauces, as you can see. It might look, yeah. It's goulash. This is svíčková. If I would have to translate it to English, it would be candle sauce. But correct is...
It's meat with pork sauce and dumplings. And whipped cream sometimes and cranberries.
Exactly.
Well.
And this is most famous thing for our cuisine. It's beer. I don't want to advertise alcoholism, yeah, but we can drink since we are 18 in Czech Republic, and this is how it looks like when you are allowed to do it. We are first in beer consumption, and the beer is delicious. Guys, I had your Corona, yeah, it's great. But our beer, you're 14th. You're not so behind, so I'm pretty sure that if you are all 21, just turn 21 and make the difference smaller. And there is some more cuisine for you guys. Oh, sorry, it's yeah, you will get more throughout the thing.
If you got pelted with the candy, it's just a little treat from the Czech Republic, so enjoy it if you got injured.
Hey guys, so while I'm talking, I can give you some of other different kind of candy. Who didn't have yet?
Everybody.
Oh yeah, so okay, let's start. So free time activities in Czech Republic, the most famous thing is to go mushrooming or mushroom hunting or mushroom picking. So it is like we go to the forest, we search for edible kind of mushrooms and bring them home to cook from them. It's really good, for example, fried or steamed or something like that. I don't know if you really know this kind of stuff in the United States, but it's pretty famous in Czech Republic. We also love hiking in Czech Republic because we have so many mountains in there. This is called Lysá hora, Bald Mountain, and it's the highest mountain in our region. We've been together in there, I guess, with Ben and Tomáš. I think so, with our group, yeah. So we all like hiking in Czech Republic, or for example skiing in the winter, or we could, for example, picking mushrooms in the forest, or picking blueberries or other kind of berries, which is also famous. We also love to go like jaunting to castles, fortresses, chateaus, and even like ruins in Czech Republic, because the whole country is just like filled with so many buildings from ancient times, because we have a really long history with kingdoms and stuff like that. So it's pretty awesome to see all these buildings. You can see the nice architecture, and there are so many totally difficult names for it, like Loket, Štramberg, Hluboká nad Vltavou, and stuff like that. So I don't want to bother you with all these names. This is the Štramberg, the castle what Tomáš was talking about, with these ears kind shaped. What was it? Like fruit, yeah. And so this is what we do in the summer. This is called Máchovo jezero. It's the most famous lake in Czech Republic, and so people, when in the summer they would go to the Croatia or Italy or other countries. We would go for holidays, and if people stay in Czech Republic, they would mostly go to like lakes like this, or other lakes. We have many of them, so, or like dams, lakes, or even rivers, to go canoeing trip on rivers. So this is what we do in Czech Republic in free time.
Okay, you only have to listen to Tomáš and Mirek a little bit longer. But I hope you're enjoying it.
Hey, there's there's a couple fun facts about Czech Republic, and you're gonna see them. I love this one. This is our currency. This is 200 bills. Someone, I think, already know. Do you find it funny, guys? No. Yes, of course. It's not funny. But when you take detailed look on the hand, Ben, please, it might look funny to you. Yeah, Czech currency is original. As you can see, we have a couple coins. They're a little bit more heavier and bigger than yours, but basically the same. And we are sports fans, especially hockey. When it comes to international hockey tournament that you have won, we are big fans, but after you've beaten us, we were not so happy, yeah? One thing about education in Czech Republic, it's free. You can go to college for free. That's awesome, right? So everyone should be educated. That's not the truth, though, yeah? And there is one city called Silverware. How funny. Do you know Sigmund Freud? He comes from that city. And do you know cube sugar? Yes. Czech Republic had invented cube sugar. This horse used there about okay, it's not supposed to be there. It used to be funny, but Ben did some censoring, so it's not funny anymore. Yeah. like this is horse in Brno, my favorite city. But when it's not funny now. But when you stand under the horse and look up, you see something funny. And there is clock in Brno. Brno is really funny city. That's why I love it. It's supposed to be clock. The people are looking into it because they don't know how to realize what's the time. So someone came and helped them. Boom. Fun fact, yeah. And this is my favorite too. In a language, you can say funny stuff like whatever. This is the syllable. Is it syllable? I don't know. Try to say it. You see, it's impossible. A language is funny, yeah. Contact lens, Otto Wichtrole, are also in Czech Republic invented. Not so big, but hey, Duff beer. I think someone knows Simpsons. We brew it there. It's disgusting, but it's brand. Yeah. And defenestration is where you go and you don't like someone, you would just take him and throw him out of the window. That's what we would do in Czech Republic. If you have troubles, there was one fight between Catholics and Protestants were fed up, so they just went to the city hall and, hey, do you want to fly? Yeah. So they threw him out of the window. They did it once, it worked. They did it after again, it worked. So they kept doing it in the history until it was banned. And this is our current president. Beautiful. This was our second option to choose. How do you like Donald Trump now?
All right, last little bit of information about Czech Republic in general, then we'll get to some stories here.
Okay, yeah, so some more information. Czech Republic has only 4 national parks, which you can see on the screen now, but it has also, is it called, give me a second, it's called protected landscape areas. It's like basically like small national park, it's like all over the country. And for example, you can see here like how it looks like in there. It's pretty beautiful. But for example, do you know, guys, Narnia movie? This is in Czech Republic. It was in a movie also. It's called Pravčická Brana. It's pretty famous. Yeah, one of the national park is called Czech Paradise. We have like beautiful sandstone towns in there, and people just love to visit this. And this is how it looks like in fall. So if you guys like nature or like countryside, this is perfect country for you to visit. Here you can see all these national parks are located on the borders because of the mountains, because in the middle of the country there are also some mountains, but it's not like mountain range, it's more like higher altitude, but not like mountains like this. This is the Czech Paradise I told you about. It's maybe like 2 hours from Prague or 1.5 hours from Prague by car, so it's pretty, when you get bored in the city, you can always go to the nature to see these beautiful things everywhere. We also have this is a mountain range near the place we live. We've been there like 3 times or twice times with Ben and Tomáš and other guys. It's pretty famous. We also have like these chasms. It's mostly like you go and then you see just a hole in the ground, few 100 meters like deep. It's pretty fun. And I also read once that they found like bones of lions in there, because like in like ancient times there probably were lions in here when the climate was warm. I don't know about it, but yeah, so this is what I heard. And we also have like some cave systems famous for like pieces of bones and stuff like that from ancient times. So yeah, this is how it looks inside. It's pretty dangerous sometimes, but you don't need to be afraid of it. They have everything, you know. They keep you safe. And this is Slezská Harta. It's like dam. It's pretty big, and many people go fishing in there or just swimming in there. It's pretty beautiful. So Czech Republic is filled with these things. like except these industrial cities, we have such beautiful countrysides. This is near Brno. It's like I love this church. It's like on the island, like in the middle of the lake. So yeah, we have pretty nice country to visit. So guys, if you want to see some nice countryside, go there.
Okay, so now we heard a little bit about the Czech Republic. You have an idea of what it looks like, what people do, what they're like. So we're going to share a bit about what it's like to be a Christian there and what it looks like to do some ministry there. So here's just some basic information now about the church body. It's called CEAF, where everyone is a member of. I think Terka is going to help us with this.
So I have a question for you, because I don't know if it was mentioned. Do you know how many inhabitants is in Czech Republic? Do you have any idea? No? Just some guess?
More than 9.
Nobody would like to guess? Okay, it's about more than 10 million inhabitants. And do you know how many people are actually Christian? Or they are just saying, yeah, I believe in something? The people which are saying that they believe in something, it's about 13%. So it's not so much. And the people which are actually visiting the church, it's even like less. So we are very atheistic, one of the atheistic countries in the world. So it's very, like, it's a mission field for us as well, big one. And we are like one church, we are Evangelical Church, which is only in this Silesian region, which you were seeing. And we are pretty small, but the biggest church is like a Catholic church, but we are Evangelical Church. This is actually our church where we are going every Sunday and every Friday as well for some other activities. And this is also for me and my husband, our home already. We are living there in the flat. And this is like the inside, the altar, as you can see. We have an out projector, and every Sunday is happening worship. Also, we have like organs playing, and every Sunday is happening something different. Sometimes serving families, sometimes youth group, sometimes children. So it depends on the Sunday, but yeah, that's pretty something about the church. Yeah.
Right, and so Terka mentioned there's not many people who believe in something, right? The 13% was just people who believe in something, right? I think even I saw recently there was a fact that less than 1% are actually Protestant. So almost nothing, right? So she also mentioned it's a huge mission field. So there's a few mission clubs, and one of them is Kumbal, right? And we say club, it doesn't mean like party house, right? Or like dance club, yeah? But it's a club, like after school type of club, but not associated with the school, but run by the church. And so Kumbal is one, and Jana, can you pronounce it for us?
Yes. Klub úplně mega báječných albrechtičáků.
So it's what it stands for, Kumbal. And what does it mean?
Well, it's like club of like super cool people from Albrechtice.
Okay, right. And so Kumbal, I just tell you a little bit about it, but it was started actually by the youth group from the church where everyone attends, and I think Terka was one of the people that helped start it. And so it happens every Friday night, and this is the first room it was in. It was in a basement, and so I wasn't there when it happened, but it was pretty cold from what I was told, and not too big. So here's kind of everyone just smashed into the room, hanging out. And a lot of the people there aren't Christian, but it's a mixture. People from the youth group, other friends that were invited from the schools, right, to hang out, eat some food, have a good time, right? So every Friday night, people come. Here's kind of some things that happen during the week, right? It's just chilling. So getting ice cream, pizza, whatever, having a picnic. But every week we play games, but also at the end, or sometime during the night, there's someone that shares the gospel or presents, not necessarily a Bible study, but shares what it means for Jesus to have died for you and what that means for your life now. And so here's a recent picture that was with the youth group members from Kumbal, and it's grown a lot, or continues to grow. And now we're in the process of trying to connect more students to the church from the mission club, right? Because we shouldn't stop there. We want them to continue to be connected to something. And so Jana and Mirek are both leaders of this club this year, or have been. And so this is a picture. Here's where Jana was dubbed the new queen bee, I guess, of Kumbal. And here's Mirek getting the crown from Jana with some nice hair there. And so Jana has kind of a testimony, as well as Mirek, about what it means to lead for her as a student. And so she's going to share with us now.
Okay, so today I would like to share with you what I've learned as I was serving at our mission club in our hometown. And I started helping there when I was 15, and I continued until this year. And I have to say that this ministry changed me and gave me a lot. The most important thing that God taught me is to trust Him at all times. And sometimes when we met, it was more than 20 people. Sometimes it was like 10. But some days when we met, no one really came. But still, I was trusting God and His ways. And also, when I first started with Kumbal, I was pretty quiet and shy. So it was really hard for me to speak in front of all those people. But God continued to work with me. And a few years later, for some time, I was left as the only leader. So I had to learn, with God's help, how to manage all the program on my own. And that was something that would be impossible for the 15-year-old me. But God showed me that He had different plans with me than I expected. But also that year, I was thinking about giving this ministry up, because that year I was graduating high school and I thought that I wouldn't make it. But I kept on praying. And in some time, God added new leaders, like Mirek. And they helped me. So I've seen that God had more plans for Kumbal. And that's another very important thing that I've learned, that prayer is the base of every ministry. So I don't know what God's plans for Kumbal are, or for me, but I know that His ways are always good. And I would like to encourage you, do not be afraid to do things that seem scary. Okay.
And as Jana mentioned, okay, Mirek she was thinking who else could maybe help. And so Mirek has kind of a testimony to share with you about how being at Kumbal and being involved in church has changed his life too.
And at the beginning, anyone wants candy? Okay, I'll try to. No. Oh, some more. I also have the rest here, so some for you guys, some for you guys there. Okay, so I'll start. I've been raised in like a half Christian family. My mom's part of the family is Christian. My dad's never been a Christian, but he always was like okay with us going to church. And yes, I said I was like raised in this family, so we've been going to church every Sunday, mostly. And I always kind of knew that like God exists and that Jesus died for us. But like in my life, I've always been like looking for something, more interesting, because it always seemed to me like that Christian life is just not interesting at all. And when I was 10 years old in elementary school, I met one my friend of mine. I still know him. We're kind of friends. We're not best friends, but we all still know each other. And this was my first time when I experienced pornography, which was a big problem for me for a long time. And this was like kind of hard thing for me, because this thing kind of kills you, like your spirit and everything, and it's like filthy crap, which I'm not really happy for. But I like that I can share this with many people. And so yeah, I've been like living my whole life like this. And then I changed school. I went for the high school, but we have this thing that you can go for high school 4 years earlier, that you just one in one school for a longer time. So I've changed school, and then when I was 14 maybe, I've experienced alcohol. And because Czech Republic is very famous for beer and things like that, it's really easy for kids even 13, 14 years old get the alcohol. So we would start with our friends buying some vodka, or I don't know, some not like beer, but this 40% alcohol bottles, and we would drink them secretly after school. And this was going with me for I don't know, 3 years maybe. It was getting worse and worse. I always had a problem with with my parents, so I for a few months I wasn't drinking anything. But then after some time, I would always have problem. I would get drunk. Even police once drove me home. I was pretty bad kid for my parents. I'm sorry for this, that I was such a crazy kid to them. But then when I was 15 years old, I still didn't really have I always wanted to fill myself up with something bigger, because I knew that neither pornography, neither alcohol can give this to me. So when I was 15 years old, 15 and maybe 15 and a half years old, I've experienced marijuana. I've had some friends on high school who are kind of bad guys. I wanted to be part of the group, so I started smoking marijuana with them. But still, it wasn't really enough for me. So I thought, oh, I have a great idea. I'll make money. So I started growing and selling marijuana also. And maybe when I was 17 years old, then I kind of calmed down, but so I wasn't selling marijuana as much, but I was still kind of smoking and drinking alcohol, watching porn, but it wasn't still enough for me. So I found a girlfriend. I didn't really love her, but I told her, oh, I love you so much and stuff, and we had sex together, which I'm also really ashamed for, because this is the thing you can give only once in your life, and I trashed it like this without thinking about it. So this is what. Then when I did that, I realized it's so bad, and we broke up. Not really, we didn't have nice breakup, so it was kind of hard for both of us. But then when I was still I was older and older, I was 18 years old, and I was not doing this stuff anymore so much, but it was still bad with me. But the great thing was that the whole time in my life I was visiting this Christian club, Jane's, and I'm leading. And the whole time I was going there, I was every week I heard this testimonies or speakings about Jesus. So the whole time I kind of it never let you be it always kind of it kind of talked to you. God talked to you through this. And so I the whole time, my whole childhood or my teenage life, I was thinking about this, and God was working in my life, and it was He blessed me in so many ways. And so then 3 years ago, He sent Benjamin to our country, and we've been friends for a long time now. And after maybe not even 2 years, we've become really good friends, and we had really deep discussions and things like that. And he really helped me with these things. We had a lot of prayers together, and when we talked about this, I started changing my life a lot. And it was also a big help because of Kumbal, because of the club. So then I could become a leader. Now I can share my life story with other people, other young people, and many kids in Czech Republic have many problems, different problems, like me, for example. So it's really great to share testimonies with them, and to be part of the church. And it's always great that no matter what happens in your life, no matter what you do, no matter how filthy you feel, you can always know that Jesus loves you, that He died for you, and it's just such a great. You can it's unbelievable almost that even for such a filthy person like I used to be, I still am, that Jesus died for me and He loves me. So this is what gives me hope in my life. And this is why we lead Kumbal and why we do these things. So this is, guys, what I wanted to share with you.
I think it fits in really nicely with what we heard about last night, right? Talking about joy and happiness and the difference between these. And now Mira can say, right, fully that his joy is in Jesus Christ.
Oh, yes.
Yeah. Right. And so we wanted to share a few more stories about some different ministries that happen now. And Monica's going to share a little bit about this one. It's called English Talk Group. And there's a video playing while she's telling you what it's about. So you can watch and listen at the same time. There's no sound. Go for it.
Okay, so ETG, or English Talk Group, is a group of young people who meet every Wednesday at 5 p.m. in K4. K4 is how we call the room where we meet. It's in a city called Schumberg. And sometimes we have a lot of people, around 20 and sometimes it's smaller group, like around 10 people or even less. And we always have some theme that Ben prepares and picks, and we talk about the theme, we watch some movies that are about the theme, we play some games, sometimes we sing some songs, and sometimes we have group discussions. At the end, Ben always has some devotion for us, and we listen to some gospel, and then we always take a group picture at couch. At the end, you will be able to see the group pictures. And sometimes we have some special events like ETG picnic or movie night, game night, or retreats. We had one retreat not so long ago. It was with Americans from Wisconsin, Minnesota, and Kentucky, and it was pretty cool. These are the pictures that we always take. As you can see, I'm almost in every of them, because I started to go to ETG since it started, and now I'm a leader of ETG, together with Tom and Ben and Yurchenka, and I love being part of ETG, and it's great. So that's a little overview I wanted to tell you.
Right, and both Jana and Monica mentioned how, right, sometimes there's maybe 20, 25 people, maybe you have more that come to your youth group, to your events, right? And sometimes there's nobody, or sometimes there's one person, right? But we've learned, and you can see here, right? It doesn't matter how big your group is, and we say this all the time. It doesn't matter how many people come, but God has brought those people there, and they're supposed to be there. And what do we do with them? We share the gospel with them. Right? And so, yeah, it can be discouraging. Yeah? First time we had, I think, 4 people or 6 people plus some leaders. Sometimes we had 25, I think was the most we've ever had at English talk group. And then sometimes I think there's no one that's going to come, like the last one we had before we came here. And then like almost 10 people came. And so God provides and brings those people that are supposed to be there. Right? It's not up to us. Right? There's nothing greater that we can do. God is the one working, right? He's the one leading. And so we have hope and assurance in that. And so Monica mentioned that we have now 3 leaders plus myself. So Monica, Tomáš, and then another young lady, Yitrinka. And so they help lead it. And so Tomáš has one more story from ETG, how it also impacted his life in coming to it.
Maybe before I start, could I ask you to move it back? I don't want to see this picture. Please.
Too bad.
Okay, close your eyes and listen to me. Guys, maybe you don't think that ETG is only about playing games and stuff and meeting new people. Yeah, it is. But there is also the gospel part, and that's the big thing. That's the big deal. And how did it influence my life? Well, I was not Christian a year ago. Was I? No, I was not. And since I started going to ETG, this is not going to be testimony, I'm just going to tell you. I got there and you see the people, you practice English and you see the gospel and God working through Ben. Oh, I don't know how God does this, but this is amazing. And it just made me believe it's impossible not to say yes after what you live in Czech Republic. And there is a couple stories that, or a couple things that you can also guys do. There was a Christian organization called Young Daniels or whatever, I don't know. And they came to Czech Republic. It was a group of 4 people. Their names were Charlie, Clayton, Hannah, and Abby, whatever. It's not important, right? But they got there, and I was not sure about Christianity yet. But when I was talking to them, I started to realize how God was working in their lives. And there were many moments that made my faith, even though it was not fully there yet, it made me so much more sure about God's existence. And one of them was when I came to this Clayton, just a random guy from Kentucky, and I would tell him, hey, and I have to tell you, in Czech Republic there is a racism thing. There is many gypsies, especially in the region we live in, and we don't kind of like them, or people are rough to them, yeah? So there came to ETG or some different event came those gypsies, and I would come to the Clayton and tell him, hey Clayton, like don't interact with them, they are gypsies. And he would tell me, hey Thomas, let me tell you one thing. And he touched my shoulders like this and told me, hey Tomáš, God loves gypsies. And that moment I realized, oh, he's right. God loves everyone. And like these moments will go into my heart, and like Americans come into Czech Republic working with Czech people. Czech people can't do it, but Americans can do it. Why? Is it English or what is it? I don't know. But the mission in Czech Republic does work for some reason. But guys, there's more. With these Americans, we would spend days together, blah, blah, blah. But at the end of every day, we would do prayer time. We would do circle and pray. It was fantastic. It encouraged me so much. And the last day when they were leaving, I was crying. I can't say I was not, but that night I prayed with them. Like I was the one saying the prayer. And these moments will always remain for me. And this is what ETG can offer you, as it is inviting people from abroad. Even there was more Americans, like one guy is actually here, the Chris, right? Yeah. Random guy again. So yeah, you can interact with us, and we are waiting for it.
So, so Tomáš is now giving you an open invitation to come to the Czech Republic. When you're ready to come, just shoot me an email. It'll be up at the end, and you will be warmly welcomed, right? So you heard a couple stories from our more mission clubs, right? And yeah, we should be in mission, right? Our lives are our mission. And I have a verse I want us to read about gathering together. Maybe we can read it together from Mark chapter 2. We'll read it together, right? So, when the teachers of the law, who were Pharisees, saw him eating with the sinners and tax collectors, they asked his disciples, "Why does he eat with tax collectors and sinners?" On hearing this, Jesus said to them, "It is not the healthy who need a doctor, but the sick. I have not come to call the righteous, but the sinners." Right, so I have a question for you. Right, this was Jesus talking, so we're not comparing ourselves to Jesus, right? But who has a living room or a dining table? Anybody? Oh, great. I'm glad. Right? So here's actually my living room in the Czech Republic. It's not huge, but it's big enough. We fit 25 people in there one time. Yeah, it was a bit crazy, but we're trying to break the record again, maybe this summer. But I think this has been one of those places, right? Your home is one of those places where God can do great things there. Right? And maybe you've experienced it before, maybe you haven't. But when you invite someone into your home, it's a big deal, kind of, especially in Czech Republic, I think, right? It's not as an open as a culture as here. There's even informal language. So getting to the point of where you invite someone over, okay, you have some pretty good relationship there. Right? And so one kind of thing that happened in my home was actually with Mirek and Tomáš, and we call it the Snooze Brotherhood. So as you can see, yes, we have fun, of course. Mirek looks a bit different. Tomáš grew a mustache. Right, but we would get together once a week, and we just hung out, right? We were hanging out, doing things we would normally do, talking about guy stuff, being stupid, whatever, eating, making pizza. I taught them how to cook some things so they don't starve at university now when they go next year. Right, but it became a place where we could talk about faith, right, about the gospel, about Jesus Christ. And so this keeps growing now, and so Tomáš and Mirek are here now sharing, but we added more people to our group. And so I even got a new table. Tomáš's dad built it for me. It's actually a different color now, but that's all right. And so now we have some new members of our group, right? But we do the same thing. Our daily life, right? We get together, we hang out, we eat, do whatever, but we talk about the gospel. We share Jesus. And so, right, whether you have a table, whether you have a tray, whether you have McDonald's, doesn't matter. In your daily life, right, this is where God has allowed us to share who he is and what he has done for us, right, with anyone we come together. So we gather together as believers and non-believers, but we also gather together to encourage one another as Christians, right? We're here with many other Christians for this week. Yeah, we've gathered together, and a big part of this is to encourage each other. So I got another verse for us to read. from 1 Thessalonians. Let's read it together. For God did not appoint us to suffer wrath, but to receive salvation through our Lord Jesus Christ. He died for us so that whether we are awake or asleep, we may live together with him. Therefore, encourage one another and build each other up, just as in fact you are doing. So now, here together, right, we're building each other up. We are encouraging each other. And I don't know if you know the group Jars of Clay, right? The band, love them. They've been around for a while, Christian group. They had one album they came out with the past few years, and it was kind of based on this Irish proverb, right? It says, in the shelter of each other, the people live. Right? And I think it's so true, right? When we gather together, right, to celebrate what Jesus has done for us, what God has done for us, and his love to encourage one another, right, we continue to build each other up. And so in the Czech Republic, this also happens, right? We have what's called Dorost and Mládež, as Honza mentioned, and it's basically youth group. Different name, but youth group. And so we just share a bit about what it looks like to be in youth group in Czech Republic. We got a couple of pictures, and I think Tom's going to start us out. Yeah? Can you just share a little bit for us?
Okay, so Dorost is a group of young people to 18 years, and we are meeting in our church. And I don't know why, because I every time come late, but not because of I don't want, but because of music school. So we are studying Bible, we are praying, but we have also fun. It's really cool, and we are after end of this, we are singing and praying. That's really cool. So here's a couple of pictures, and after the singing is Mládež, and Honza can say something more about Mládež.
Mládež is a group of little bit older people, but we are still young. As you can see, as Ben said, we are not so many people in our group, so it's sometimes it's very hard to be encouraged. But even though we are not so many, we still feel the Spirit among us, and sometimes we have our pastor in our group, and he share with us what is the life with Jesus, and we share together our high and low of the week. And this gathering of our mostly friends, they grew up in church family, Christian families. It's sometimes very sleepy, but it's I don't know, I've lost the word. Sorry. Yeah, we are cool. That's it.
Okay.
And I'm gonna end the stories about the youth group. Just one thing, we had a problem in our church in last year, that we actually didn't have leaders for youth group, for Dorost and Mládež, because the other leaders, they left, because the leader from Mládež, he was so old, he had 2 children, and he wanted to do something different. So we were praying in the church and was praying about who would be the leader. And actually me and Honza is new in our church. He was visiting a different church, but God called him to be part of our church. So we are now maybe from the January new leaders. So it's a challenge for us, especially even though the relationships in the youth group are sometimes mixed up and bad. So we try to encourage each other and to love each other, even though we have some, different characters. So that's a challenge for us. And also the last thing, actually we have something different, similar as you guys here, the youth gathering, but it's a little bit smaller. Well, quite smaller. It's just about 2,000 people, which are from our church, young people. We are meeting. It's the tent over here. It's big tent, and we have like sessions, sharing the gospel. We have concerts, and it's actually happening now. We are here, but they are in Czech Republic, and they have this camp, and the people, the youth, are living, like sleeping the whole week in the tent. So sometimes it's crazy because of the raining. Now it's raining in Czech Republic, so they are all wet all the time. But yeah, it's crazy, and we really like the time over here. So that's just what I wanted to mention. We have also something like that.
I got one last kind of thing for us, and as Jana mentioned, right, she had kind of realized that prayer is one backbone of your ministry, of what you do. And so I had a question for you, and the question is, who are you praying for? Right, who are you praying for? And so I'll read this. I got kind of a long passage for us, right? But here we go. We always thank God, the Father of our Lord Jesus Christ, when we pray for you, because we have heard of your faith in Jesus Christ and of the love you have for all God's people, the faith and love that spring from the hope stored up for you in heaven, and about which you have already heard in the true message of the gospel that has come to you. In the same way, the gospel is bearing fruit and growing throughout the whole world, just as it has been doing among you since the day you heard it and truly understood God's grace. You learned it from Epaphras, our dear fellow servant, who is a faithful minister of Christ on our behalf, and who also told us of your love in the Spirit. For this reason, since the day we heard about you, we have not stopped praying for you. We continually ask God to fill you with the knowledge of His will through all the wisdom and understanding that the Spirit gives, so that you may live a life worthy of the Lord and please Him in every way, bearing fruit in every good work, growing in the knowledge of God, being strengthened with all power according to His glorious might, so that you may have great endurance and patience, and giving joyful thanks to the Father, who has qualified you to share in the inheritance of His holy people in the kingdom of light. For He has rescued us from the dominion of darkness and brought us into the kingdom of the Son He loves, in whom we have redemption, the forgiveness of sins. It's from Colossians. So I have one story for you about this, about who are you praying for. And so it's one of the schools where I teach at. It's a elementary school, has grades, the first grade to ninth grade is how it works. And I met one kid there when I first started teaching. His name was Mark. And we were talking after class one day, and I said, okay, he's pretty cool. He's got great English. I think he'd be interested in coming to our English talk group, which we have Wednesday nights. So I spent the week praying for Marek to come to ETG, for God to bring him. And so here's our club room where we have ETG. Wednesday night came, and I'm setting up, whatever, getting ready for the night, and some little kid walks in, right? And I knew enough Czech at this point so that I could ask him what his name was, right? So I asked him his name, and he said, hi, my name's Marek. And I just kind of chuckled to myself and thought, okay, God, good one, like, nice joke, yeah. Right, and so the student I was praying for, Marek, he didn't actually come. He didn't show up, but, there was someone. So I thought, okay, God, I'll be more specific this week. Right? But I realized I didn't know Marek's last name. So I just was praying, okay, God, bring Marek from school to come to ETG, right? Bring him along. And another week came, and here was our group from this week, and Marek still didn't show up. But about halfway through the night, this one guy came in. He was dressed all in black. He had some long hair, right? He's awesome, right? Just not someone I would have thought would come to ETG, right? But his name was Marek. And so again, I thought, okay, God, I guess, you know what? This was someone that was supposed to be there. You've brought Marek to come to ETG, right? And so Marek is part of our kind of ETG family. He's working now. He finished high school, but he comes when he can. And so we've had many conversations about who Jesus is, what it's like. He has a Bible. He reads it sometimes. He's still skeptical. He still doesn't maybe know what it means. But it was going back to my question, right? Who are you praying for? How are you praying, right? Who is it exactly you are praying for? So I wanted to take a minute. You maybe hopefully know the people next to you. Maybe you're from the same church. But I want you to take a time, choose somebody for today, and I want you to pray for them. Right? Everyone can pray at the same time. And I want you to be specific for your prayer, right? What is it you're praying for? What are you asking God to do? Right? We can all say the kind of, God, thank you for this day, right? Please do this. They're great, right? But I think when we're specific in our prayer, the Spirit leads us through this as well. So turn to the person next to you. Anybody you want. Go for it. We'll pray, and then we'll kind of wrap up the session together. I'll give you a few minutes. A few minutes. If you're still praying, it's fine. He's still listening, of course, right? You can continue to pray, but as we kind of wrap up for the afternoon here, it wasn't necessarily a time to give you a list of points of here's how to do something, but just hopefully a time that was encouraging for you, hearing about something from another country, from another location, how God is working and how the gospel is being shared a bit. So we thought we have a little time. And is there anything you want to ask? It could be me, but as well as all the students from the Czech Republic. If anyone has a question, we can answer some questions. Go for it.
How long are you here for? Like, when did you get here? When are you going home?
When did the group get here? Did we arrive to America? Does someone want to answer it? That's incorrect. We arrived Wednesday night, so whatever. Oh no, what? It was Thursday night. I'm incorrect. I'm sorry. Yeah, I am still on jet lag. I think everyone else has recovered better than I have. But so okay, we arrived Thursday night, I guess then, and we're staying in New Orleans until anybody know? Wednesday, okay. And then we're actually going to Albuquerque, New Mexico, where I'm from, to kind of hang out with people there. Again, share some more, explore New Mexico, and I get to show them around my hometown, my people, right? Okay. So and then we leave Albuquerque on 26th, I guess. 26th. So, anything else? Yeah.
Yeah, I want to praise you. I didn't know what to expect by this session, okay? And knowing that you came from a country where only like 1% are Protestant, I guess I would want to see perhaps how difficult it was to be a Christian in such a lopsided environment. But perhaps you guys really brought out what Paul was talking about in Philippians. Don't focus on the negative, focus on the positive, and you guys did that tremendously. Thank you.
Thanks for your comment. Cool. Anyone else? Do you like it here? Yeah. Okay. Any other questions? I think someone had a hand in the back, maybe? No? No? Change your mind. Okay, no problem. Yeah?
What's your favorite thing about America?
Food.
Favorite thing about America? Food?
I don't think it's food.
Not food.
The weather?
Yes, the weather, I think. When we left Czech Republic, I think everyone had on pants and jackets, which changed when we arrived. But now we wear inside now because it's basically the same temperature as outside when we left.
No, but people are so friendly. Yeah. Like in Czech Republic, you go to the store and it's business. They don't care how you are, whatever. You are just another customer. But when I got to your store, hey, how are you? Wow, we know each other. You guys are friendly.
Okay, question in the back. How can you be praying for us? Specifically, how can many people be praying for you? Oof.
I would say that you can
Use the microphone.
What is it? I could say that you also can pray for the people which are actually Christians, and they already know about Jesus, but they have now struggled in different areas like sexuality and these stuff. So, like the devil is trying to put these people which are Christians away from God, and they are the one who can actually be like the one to the missionaries to others, and the devil is trying to put them away. So for me, it would be this. I'm experiencing this now. That it's heartbreaking for me. Yeah, anyone? No?
I think I have one more thing that you can pray for is for maybe the Club Kumbal and the youth group, right? Praying that we can continue to connect them to the church so that they, no matter what happens in the future, right, that they still hear the gospel. And so it's one thing we're praying for as well. And if you pray for that as well, it would be fantastic. Yeah. Tomasz, did you have something else to be praying for? No?
I was just about to advertise Ben Helge. And if you want to pray specifically for someone, if you don't have to pray for me, pray for Mirek, anyone. But if you pray for Helge, he does interact with us all. So if you pray for him, his mission work, you pray for us all. Because he encourages us, and God works through him every day, and he needs the patience, and he needs the prayers to survive, because Czech Republic is tough. It's not easy to work with 99% of non-believers, but he has the, can I say balls? No, right?
It's too late now.
He has the heart, yeah. He has the heart, which contains God, seriously. So if you are willing to pray for us, like specifically, pray for Ben, and you'll do your best, because God will keep using him for at least 5 years now, right?
Yes.
Which is awesome. Thank you for your missionaries.
Thanks, Tomasz. I think there was one more hand up over here. Anybody?
Was there something in the government that discourages people from becoming Christians?
Currently? Someone talk about the brief history lesson, maybe.
I think it's because of we are post-communist country, and communists are against any religion. So many people were scared in past, and like even when on the villages, it's like not really easy to shut down churches like from one moment. So communists didn't do it, but many people were scared because it was like tough times. And it's kind of recently, like 30 years, and like we young people cannot really imagine it. But for our like parents, grandparents, it was really hard. So this is why Czech people are not Christian so much, because these older generations weren't they weren't telling their kids about being Christian so much. This is mostly because of this, I think.
I just have maybe one thing to add. For example, imagine that your family is communistic, yeah? So I was meeting God, and then you have to come to your family and tell everyone, hey, so I'm Christian now, is it okay? But in Czech Republic, because of the past, there are still some people who embrace communism. So when I came to my grandpa, who I loved and still love, and told him, hey grandpa, I've got news for you. I love Jesus, I'm Christian. First his reaction would be, should I slap you right now or after? And he would tell me like, I don't like you like my grandson anymore. So this is what could maybe be hard for people to start with Christianity. It's hard, but God makes it through.
Thanks. Okay, maybe last one, and then we'll kind of wrap up.
In the United States, the number of people who say they believe in Jesus is going down. Do you have any advice for us now? While we are able to enjoy the benefit of many Christians.
You can take this one.
Huh?
You can take this one.
I can take this one. Well, I experienced last night actually, or for me, it was also because I'm worshiping in English now and not in Czech, and it's like my heart language or my tongue. But well, I don't know if any of us experienced persecution. I think some of us have, maybe from classmates or something, right? And maybe it's coming, right? Maybe it's coming soon. Maybe you've also experienced it. But I think enjoy this, right? This time together where a city welcomes 25,000 people in, and there doesn't seem to be much resistance from anyone, as far as I can tell. Enjoy this freedom, this togetherness. I think is maybe, I don't know, the best thing I can say for right now, to enjoy that together. And God provides. And He always does, He always will. And maybe we don't know what it looks like, right? We don't know where He's leading us, but He's our guide and leading us through. So, yeah, thanks for the question. I just have one thing now to finish us up, so we can get out of here on time. It's like business things, okay. If you want to know more about me or the ministry, you can go to lcms.org/Helge. There's more information there. There's a prayer card for me, not for our whole team necessarily. But you can also, if you're interested in supporting the mission, you can find out more information there. If you have Instagram, you can follow on Instagram, probably see these faces again on my feed. If you want to check it out, kind of stay connected that way. I have an open profile, so you can just follow it. I don't have to approve you or anything. So go for it. If you want to email me, it's my name, benjamin.helge@lcmsintl, like international.org. I'm happy to speak to you. I'll write back. And then if you're interested in sending a group, there's a lot of opportunities, not just in Czech Republic or Central Europe, but around the whole world. So LCMS has their website that updates for the coming year, coming summer. There's many opportunities in Africa. There's some in Poland. I think there'll be some in Germany, in Asia, South America, everywhere. So if your group is interested in going somewhere, I had a few youth groups come last summer to Poland to do English Bible camps, and we had a fantastic, oh my gosh, they're here. Okay. So if you want to know more about going to Poland, talk to this group right back here from Escondido, California. Okay. But here's just a few ways to keep connected with us. And the last thing, one more Czech thing to teach you is goodbye. Nashledanou. So thank you for your time, for being here, for coming to hear our stories. And if you want to stay around and talk more with us after, you can. So thank you for listening, for being participated.